Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. This is Green Educational Consults, and today we are going to talk to you and teach you how you can choose a program and also how to contact your professors. And some of you have reached out to us that you send emails to professors and you are not getting response. So, I mean, this is one of the things that you experience when you want to apply to graduate school. And applying to graduate school abroad is not an easy task. It can be a bit challenging, and also even how to choose your program and how to choose your university. In fact, you don't even know the schools, so you just have to go online and googling school to apply to. So some of you have difficulties and you don't even know which school to apply and programs. So some of you want to divert to different area, but how to choose a program is your main challenge, and how to write your essay, CV, and all those things. So if you are following this platform, this page, what we do is we share with you information how you can able to write your SOP, how you can write your CV, how to choose a good program, and how to contact professors. These are the main thing for you to get admission. Applying to graduate school is not a joke. You have to put a lot of effort into it and make sure that your application is successful. Some of you are going to pay application fee, and if you convert if you're from Ghana, Nigeria, and Zimbabwe, and other countries, if you convert dollar to your currency, you see that it's a big money. So it means that you have to put a lot of effort. If you apply to one school and pay application fee, you have to make sure that you get admission and get your money back. So we always recommend students to apply to good universities that can give funding. So today, what we'll be talking about basically is how best way to contact professors and choose the right program fit for your study abroad success. Choosing a program is also another thing that you have to work on. And some of you want to move to different field. Some of you want to choose school, but you're confused and you don't know how to go about it. So if you are here today, if this is your first time, this is Green Educational Consult, and we always help students in choosing their programs and also how to prepare their documents for admissions. Last year, we did the same program, and a lot of students use our information and they got admission. So if you're here today, make sure that you share and ask questions. I'll be answering all your questions. Type your questions and let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know where you are joining from, your name, and if you ask question, I'll bring you on stage. You ask me any question you want, and I'll be glad to answer you. In fact, we have been doing this work since 2018, and we have about 7 good years experience. So we know what we are talking about and how we can able to help you to get admission. All right. So I'll be starting with program that you need to choose. This is one thing that most students are missing. A lot of students get admission with no funding. It's something that is so common, and you don't want to be part of that struggle. You want to apply to school to get admission with scholarship. That's the most important thing. If you're from a poor home, then you want to make sure that you are going to present your application in a very high standard that can get you funding. Okay, some of you cannot pay tuition fee, and even you cannot pay your feeding fee. So it means that you have to put a lot of effort to get funding for your study. All right. So without wasting more time, let's look at how you can choose a good program. So some of you are from a field that does not give scholarships. So those of you from the social sciences and also the business area, sometimes it can be challenging to get a full scholarship for your field. So if you are in a business area, it means that you have to sometimes have to write GRA to even get some funding, or sometimes you get scholarship that is like a discount. So we have scholarship and we have assistantship. So the two are not the same. Okay, in the US, when they say scholarship, it just means um, um, kind of a discount, something that they are giving to you. Okay, if it's when you apply for assistantship, that's why you are giving the full scholarship that pay your tuition fee, your allowance, and all those things. In fact, if you're a PhD student and you get a full scholarship, one, it cover your tuition, it cover your monthly stipend, and it also cover your insurance. And if you are married, your wife can also be under your insurance, even your child. So you have to work hard and go to school for free in the US or any country that you want. All right. So choosing a program is what we'll be talking about today, and how you can also contact your professors for admission and all those things. So program like let me just begin by giving you some hint on programs that if you are in, you need to change, because if you apply, getting admission will be a bit challenge for you. All right. So if you're in a business area, you guys actually have it's difficult to get full funding for business program in master's level. All right. So if you're in business and you've done business in for your undergrad and you want to school abroad, like you've done like finance, accounting, MBA, and some economics and other areas, you have to be very careful with how you choose a program. A lot of you applied, you get admission, but there's no scholarship. Yes, it's because business food don't usually give scholarship to their students. Okay, but if you apply to a PhD level and you get admission, it means that it comes with a full scholarship. Now, I'm not definitely saying that all business programs cannot give scholarship, but if you have to do a lot of work, sometimes you need to write GRA to get you funding. All right, or based on your profile, if you are from accounting field and you are written like ACCA, yeah, and you are chartered, sometimes your profile is very huge. It can give you admission. So if you are looking for a full scholarship and you're in a business field, we sometimes advise students to choose a bit of IT area that is more that can sometimes give you funding. All right. If you want to continue with your marketing and supply chain and all those things, it's difficult to get a full scholarship to leave Ghana. All right. Sometimes when you're in a program in the US, you can get a scholarship. So it depends on your pockets. If you know that you cannot afford it, we advise students to move a bit to IT area, okay, where they can easily get some funding. But if you want to maintain your marketing rate, it's difficult to get funding in the marketing. All right. Now, if you are going to contact a professor, like today's topic, some of you sometimes want to change a field. All right. If you want to change a field and you want to contact a prof, sometimes they look at your transcript and your courses that you've done in school before does not match with what you want to do. Okay, so let's assume that somebody is from let's say public health program and the person wants to go and do nursing, or the person wants to move to an IT area and you want to send an email to a prof. So once the prof look at the program you've done before and it doesn't match with what you want to do, sometimes it's difficult for them to accept you. Or sometimes your research area does not match with the professor that you are contacting. Once you decide to reach out to a professor for your program, it means that you have to make sure that every box is taken. You have to tick every box. Okay. The first thing that you have to do is to make sure that your research area matches with the professor that you want to get work with. Okay. If the research area does not match, you don't expect him to respond to you. So sometimes they look at your CV. So your CV, there's a place for you to list your research interest. So in emailing a professor, make sure that your research interest aligns with the professor that you are going to send an email to. All right? Because once you send an email, they'll open it and look at it. They look at your research area, what you've done before. So if your research area does not match with the professor, he's going to ignore the email. He will not even respond to you. All right. So sometimes it's just because you keep on using the same CV for every university. Okay. If you are applying to school A and even the same school, but you are going to email different professors, each professor have different research areas. So you don't have to be using the same CV for all the professors. All right. In fact, the main content will be the same, but make sure that you are working on your research field. Okay, even though you can mention some you can mention some research areas in your CV, then when you're going to email the professor, you are mentioning a different research field. See, so there's a discrepancy. Okay, so it means that your research area that you are mentioning in your email have to match with what you have in your CV. So sometimes some of you make mistake with that. All right. Sometimes you write and you don't even check your spellings. You don't check you make some small mistakes. So everything has to be in order. All right. Your research area that you state in your CV have to match with what you are mentioning in your email. Okay. Make sure if you have about 3 professors in a department you are going to send an email to, make sure when you have emailed them, you don't use the same CV throughout. Make sure you adjust your research area because they all have different field. So those are the key mistakes most students are making. All right. When you write your email to a professor, your program that you are choosing have to match what you've done before. Should have some kind of relationship. Okay, you can't just divert totally and expect to get funding. Okay, they are not, PhD is not a place where you now go and be learning. They want you to come with some kind of background. All right, if you are moving from high bachelor to masters, you can easily change field. But if you are moving from if you are going to a PhD level, you need to have some foundational knowledge in the program that you are going to do. You can't just move directly like you become a new person in that field without having any kind of knowledge. Okay, so these are some of the reasons why some of you don't receive response. In fact, a student in mathematics can move with economics easily with admission. Why? Economics is mathematics based. Okay, and if you're from math background, we know that you should be able to do your calculus and all those, do your real analysis and everything. So you have to know how to move from a program to a program. All right. If you are from mathematics, you can move to biostatistics. Okay, it's easy for you to go to those fields. You can also move from biostats to economics. Okay, why? Because of your quant level. So if you want to move to those areas, you can easily move. Somebody was asking me, can I move from linguistic to any STEM program? And I say yes, you can move from linguistic to a STEM program like information science. So you have to be careful with how you are choosing your program because the professors are going to fund you with their research money. So if your research area does not match with them, they will not read your email. They will not even respond to you. Now, the way some of you draft your email is what also sometimes don't get notice of the professor. So today I'll be mentioning some of those things, but we are talking about programs that you need to choose that can get you funding in the US. All right. So let's look at this way. We all know that every student in undergrad or master level takes some statistics courses. So students in statistics do have funding a lot because we have more students from different fields that takes those courses, and sometimes it could be a general course that they have to take in other departments. So when you are in stats, we are talking about the STEM. In the stat level, statistics in the STEM area do have much scholarships. So you have to know how to choose your program. All right. Now, one of the things that you have to pay attention to is it's not just about choosing program, but you know that when you come to the US, you'll be doing a lot of maths. So if you know your math level is not strong, don't be under pressure to go and choose a program. If you get scholarship and you cannot achieve a GP of 3.0 in your program, you'll be fired. So be careful about program you choose. We have students who come in with good grades in their country. When they come in, they cannot perform. So you have to be careful about program choosing as well. Now let's look at the social sciences. If you want to come to the US, last time I made a post saying that if you want to study in the US, make sure you watch your visa pathway. The program that you choose today will determine whether you finish school, you get visa or not. So if you're in a social sciences, if you are in undergrad, you can move from undergrad to a PhD level. So if you are from political science and you want to study in the US, don't go and do masters in political science. If you finish school, to get a job will be difficult for you. But if you move from your undergrad to a PhD level, it means when you finish, you can now become a lecturer. So getting a visa for a lecturing job is not difficult. But finishing from undergrad to master's to get a job is difficult. So watch your goals, what you want to do, and know how to choose. Now, if you are from political science, you apply for PhD level. Some of the schools don't require you to send an email to a professor. Okay, it's not all programs that requires you to send emails to professors. So if you send an email and you are not hearing from them, it doesn't mean you shouldn't apply. Okay, go to the department websites and check to see if this program I'm applying to requires me to send an email to professors. All right. So we have a student who says that, okay, I've emailed professors and I'm not receiving any response. So I don't want to apply and waste my application fee. And I said, no, it's not. I asked you to go and check the department website and see if the school actually requires you to email professors. If they don't, then you know how to do. Go ahead and apply. All right. The most important thing is you getting a good CV and good SOP that can get you admission. So the problem that most of you are having is your CV and SOP that are not helping you to get admission. Your GPA alone does not do all the work. In fact, good GPA is good. You need to get a good GPA, all right. But if you get a good GPA and you cannot get a professor, and also you cannot write a good essay for your PhD program, you're going to be denied. All right. Now the season is ongoing, application is ongoing now, and some of you are applying. Some of you are not sure of what program to do, and that's why you are here. So if you're here today, you should test what program you want to do, and I will advise you how you can go about the whole process. Now let's go to the sciences. If you are applying to a program like in an engineering area, sometimes you have to email professors. Okay, if you are in electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, biomedical engineering, sometimes you have to email professors. In fact, if you are applying to Canada, you have to email professors for them to agree that you are suitable for them. If not, they will not give you admission. So if you're applying to Canada, don't rush. If the deadline is not too close, don't rush to pay application fee if you haven't emailed a professor. Okay, you can't get admission to Canada if you have not received a response from the professor saying that, okay, I've accepted you to work under me, so mention me in your SOP and all those things. Okay, so don't rush to apply to Canada if you have not obtained agreements with the professor that you are going to work with. Okay, you have to make sure you email them and they've accepted you to work. Okay, so we have a student who have gone ahead to pay the application fee, but they couldn't get a professor in to do their program with, in Canada. So eventually they got denied. So you have to work hard, craft your emails carefully. I'll be reading some of the sample to you. At the final session, I will read some of our samples, emails that student uses that get them acceptance, that you can listen and use that sample and align with your field and email your professors. And then hopefully you are going to get a response. It's not too late to start. We are almost in November, so it means that you still have like 1 month to apply for a PhD program. PhD programs are going to end like 1st December, and some will be ending like 15th January, 30th January. So, but most of the top schools will be ending in the next month, 1st December. So it's not too late to email professors. It's a bit late, but it's not too late. Start working on that and make sure that you send that email to the professors and let them agree to work with you. Now, when you are going to send an email, what advice is you have to go and read about the professor. Okay, sometimes it's good to read their publications, and you can mention that in an email. Sometimes it's not necessary, sometimes it's necessary. So depending on the professor field, if he's still doing research work and maybe he has published in the recent times, go and read one of 2 papers that he has published in a recent time, and code that you have to mention that your research area aligns with what he is doing. Don't go and mention a paper that is published like 3 years ago. It means he is not working on anything that relates to his past field. So always look at his current papers. All right? Don't go and mention a paper like 2022 or 2023. It's too far away. Mention what he's doing now in your email. Okay? If you're going to send an email, you have to know what to write. Now, the first thing you have to look at is the research fields. The 2 of you, do you have an area that is matching? Know that he is going to find you. So he wants to see that you have things in common. You have one research area in common. All right. But also don't go and copy his research area. Some of you just go, and because they've listed the research area, you just go and pick the points. Then you mention in your email. No, you don't go and copy his just everything that he have listed on his page or profile. All right, you have to go and see what he's doing and frame it according to your field. But make sure there are some keyword that matches the two of you. All right, they have been receiving so many emails from students. Even in your country alone, a lot of students from your country also emailed that same professor. So it means that you have to make sure that your email is having a hook, okay, that can easily catch attention. Now, when you're writing the email, you don't have to be too verbose, like write something too long and too many things, okay, and upload too many documents for him to go and read. If you have published a paper, put that in your CV. All right, put your publications, your thesis information in your CV. Don't go and upload your CV, your essay, your research papers and thesis in the email. No, you don't have to do that. All right. Also, don't go and be begging a professor that, please, I want you to give me funding because I don't have money to go to school. Don't go and do that. You don't go and be asking for help from a professor. Okay. Don't say I'm from a poor background. I want to go and study in the US and I need you to support me. No. It's getting funding is not by saying you are poor. Okay, your documents, your profile is what is going to help you to get admission. What if they admit you and you can't study? That's why they look at your CV. Now, when you are sending your CV, make sure that you have arranged things in order. Last time you saw a student writing, the student lists his publications in the middle of the CV. No, we don't do that. If you buy a book, they always put you can see that references always come last. So don't go and list your publications in the middle of the paper of your CV. That should always be at the down. All right. So how you arrange your CV is also counts. Now we have a student who says that he knows how to use LeckText. Now, if you know how to use LeckText, why don't you use LeckText to write your CV? But you've mentioned in your skill that you know how to use it, so they can easily spot lies in your CV. All right. Now, if you are going to work with a professor that is in statistics level, and you cannot use any software, you can't even use R, you can't use Python, you can't use SAS or any of those softwares. How do you expect that professor to accept you? So sometimes it has to do with your analytical skills. You can't use software. So if you cannot use software, what do you have to do? Go online and learn it. Go on YouTube and learn how to use those software and put them in your CV. Now, if someone asks me, can I lie? Can I just list there? If you list it and you come to the school, if you can't use it, that's another trouble for you. It means you've lied. So you have to be responsible and choose which software you need to learn based on your program. So if you are moving to statistics, if you're moving to math, if you're moving to economics, you cannot do away with your Python, R, and Theta. So you have to learn those key softwares and put them in your CV. That can get you admission. We are saying this out of experience. Okay, go online, go to Coursera, go to EDS, go to Udemy, and learn some online courses. Put them on your CV. Getting PhD now in the US can be difficult. Okay, it's very, very competitive now. Okay, sometimes they admit like 2 to 3 students in a program. So you can imagine like 500 students applying to a program and they admit just 3 people. It means that you have to do a lot of work. You have to work on your application documents. If your document is not strong, you are not going to get admission. Your GPA alone will not give you admission to you. Okay, so we always advise you to review your essay, edit your CV, and everything. Now let's move to another program like physics. Okay, physics, sometimes, most time, you have to email professors. Okay, you have to email professors, and some of the school maybe ask you to write GRE. Now, if you are written a GRE and you are emailing a professor, be proud If you have gotten a good grade, be proud and mention that in your SOP, sorry, in your email. Let them know you have written GRE and you have gotten a good score. If you have not written a GRE and the school does not request for it, now if you are going to email a professor in physics, you know physics is difficult. Okay, you know it's mathematics based. Now, how do you want them to believe that you can do it? You have to match your field with them and show some knowledge, mention things that you are going to do. Okay, don't just mention that you are going to my research area aligns with you. Then you yourself, what do you plan to do? So you have to tell them like what you've done before in your research area and also what you are going to do. Okay, so what you are going to do have to match with them. All right, this does not match only physics students, I mean all programs. All right, so you have to know how to craft your email. First, you give introduction of yourself. Okay, if as intro, you just have to mean that you are this person, you are from Nigeria, and you are applying to do this program, and you have started your application. And having read your paper and your recent paper, this and this, yeah, I'm sure that my research area aligns with yours, and I'm currently reading on this field, and I will try to ask if you are currently recruiting a student to work under your supervision, something like that. Now, when you go further, I have not done physics before, okay? And if you have some kind of software that you guys uses, you can mention those whether yes, you are proficient with this software, and or just show knowledge in what you can do. All right. Like I said, we have so many students emailing the same professor. So they want to see some key things. Okay, he knows how to do this. He know he has publications, or he is currently reading on this. Then that gives them assurance that you are a good student. Okay, so you always have to make sure that you are presenting a profile that can make you the best student. Okay, how do you become best student? No one knows you. You know yourself. You have to brag in your CV. You have to brag in your essay. Okay, if I say brag, I'm not saying go and lie, but everything that you know that you think you can do, mention it. In academia, if I say brag, I'm not saying go and say some vulgar things. Okay, if I say brag, it means that you have to mention things that you know, things that you can do. That's what I'm talking about. So you have to mention things that you can do in that email, in your CV, in your SOP. All right. Sometimes some professors do advertise on LinkedIn that, hey, I'm recruiting students, and one professor make one post. So many students are going to email that same professor. So many, and then sometimes some of them maybe regret of even posting because they receive about 100 emails and they have to just choose one student. How would that be? Okay, so don't put your hope only on LinkedIn that, oh, I'm waiting for somebody to share a post that a prof is recruiting a student and I will send an email to. No, go to the school website and check the professor yourself. Not every prof would advertise his or her research on LinkedIn. All right, now if you have seen a LinkedIn post, right, that, oh, I'm recruiting students to work under me, and you are going to email that professor, what do? You have to know that a lot of students are emailing that same professor. So what you have to do is to make sure you go. You can even add up. You can add in some may not accept your request on LinkedIn. That is fine. But if they do, you can be smart and go. Don't go say hello and then you just leave. Okay? Don't say hello and then you expect it to say hello to you. All right? Go directly. Be a guy who can be smart and go directly and say hello. You mention your name and that you've started your application to start this program, and you have seen his post and you are interested in it, and this is a brief about yourself. Okay, don't go and be doing chats. It's on LinkedIn. We don't do chats. If you want to talk to a professor, go and list what you can do, what you are doing. All right, that's how you attract his attention. Don't go and be greeting him, hello, how are you doing? How is school? No, don't go and do that. All right. You have to go tell him what you find is, I mean, what connect the two of you, what you are planning to do, what you are doing now. You are reading what are you doing? What's your plan? That's how you connect with somebody on LinkedIn. Don't go and be greeting and be asking for a favor. We don't do that. Okay, this applies to you when you want to network. Okay, some of you cannot network with big men. If you want to make a friend with a big man, don't go and ask for money. If you're a friend to a minister, MP, don't ask for money, don't ask for a favor. Always tell them what you are doing. All right. This reminds me, when I was doing my master's, we had a big man from Bank of Ghana who has worked there for more than 30 years. Okay. So when he came, a lot of students from a lot of my Ghanaian friends were asking for a job. All right. He's a big man. I will not mention his name. He's a big man. I will not mention his name. He has a house in US. He have a house. Yeah, he came and so many things. A lot of students were asking for money. They were asking for a job. That, oh, I'm finishing school. I want to give my CV to you. No, you don't do that. Okay. If you are making friends with a big man, you have to tell them what you are doing. Give them your ambitious plan. See, because of that, we are friends. But I never ask him for a job. Okay, if I should, okay, I'm come to Ghana, I want to work in Bank of Ghana, I can get something. But you don't have to ask for a job. You have to tell a big man what you are doing, what is your plan in life. That's how you make friends with a big man. That's just by the way. So if you are connecting with a professor, you have to tell them what you plan to do in your research period, what you are doing now, okay, what you've done before, and what software can you use. That's why you make friendship on LinkedIn. That's just one of the side talk. Okay, now let's come back. Okay, let's come back to the program. This is just a bonus side. Now, some of you choose a program to study in the US that cannot give you visa after school. Okay, sometimes admission can be easy. Maybe your GPA is fine, everything is correct. But the problem is, if you finish school, what is next for you? There are so many guys saying now don't have visa. It's just because of the program that you've chosen today will affect you in many years to come. So we always advise students to choose a STEM-based programs in the US, Canada. If you are still in high school, if you are still in your undergrad, it's not too late. Make sure before you finish school and get yourself in some STEM field work. That will give you upper hand in getting funding. The best thing to do if you're in a social sciences is, if you have interest in academia, then I would advise you go and do PhD. Okay, if you are still in school, put all things aside, work on your GPA. Okay, as a student in bachelor, you don't have to go and be behaving like you are a dad trying to put a woman in your house. Go and learn. Some of you go to school, you destroy your GPA. Once your GPA is destroyed, you cannot get admission. It will be difficult for you. You've regretted your life. If you are in school now and listen to me, or you are going to play this video tomorrow or some days, I'm saying that put everything aside and work on your GPA. If your GPA is low, you have destroyed your academic life. Getting funding to study will be difficult if you are from a poor home like me. If you are from a poor home, put everything aside, marry your book and learn, get good GPA. Okay, some of you want to study abroad, but your GPA is not good. You are regretted. In school, you were doing all kinds of things. You are all over the place. So your GPA is what you must work on, and also take on some position in your school. Okay, if there's, don't just be a type who stay indoors and go to class, go back to your room. Work on your profile, get good GPA, build a profile, take on some leadership position in your department. That will help you to get admission with ease. Okay, now if you are still in school, you are doing a project work, invest in your project work. Don't go and choose some topic for easy. Okay, let me just choose some topic and just do and leave school. If you choose a project topic, that does not align with your research, your program or something. Okay, sometimes we see some people do some funny topics. Okay, choose a good project work that aligns with your future plan. Don't think of today and tomorrow think of yourself. Plan for like tomorrow what you are still in school. Okay, let me read to you sample of how do you call it? Sample of some emails that you can send to a professor. Okay, this is a student who is in public health program. All right, please, if you are watching this live, kindly share kindly share this link. I mean, we are giving you some informations. Help us share this link for other people to see. Share and type in comment your program name, and I'll advise you which school to apply, what program should do that can give you funding, and also that can make your visa pathway easy for you. So comment and I'll respond to you as we go along. So the next, how to write a good email. Okay, this is one of the headache. Writing good email is something that you don't want to play with. Okay, I'll be talking about that soon. So if you're writing an email to a professor that is in the US, okay, let me say the professor is in University of let me say Georgia State or University of Florida. Okay, so you are emailing a professor, you are in public health program. All right, so how do you do it? In fact, you have to introduce yourself. So my name is John, and I'm currently completing my master's or bachelor something in public health program at the University of Ghana, and I'm focusing on environmental and occupational health. Okay, what did you do? You have introduce yourself and tell them what program you are studying and what is your field. Okay, that's how you introduce yourself to somebody. I recently read your paper on community exposure or something, and I was especially interested in your findings. Then you mention it. Okay, don't be generic. All right. So my current research, you see, what do? You introduce yourself. Now telling what is connecting the two of you. What is connecting the two of you? It is the work that he is doing. Okay, so the work that he is doing, that is what you are going to mention in your email. I'm giving you billions of dollars because if you come to the US, you become a big man one day. So I'm giving something to you. Please share this link for other people to see. Comment and likes as you are watching this session. Okay, so my current research examines so and so and so and so, and I see a strong connection with your work on this. So you have mentioning what you are doing, what is connecting the two of you, and what you plan to do. Okay, so I'm preparing my application for the PhD program in public health at so University for the fall 2026, and we'll be grateful to know if you are currently accepting new students or collaborating on projects. That doesn't make sense. So that's how you able to draft a good email that if they read it, they cannot bypass it. Okay, don't go and say that I will be grateful if we can connect on Zoom and all those things. Look, they know that. They know that. Don't get me saying I would like to speak to you on Zoom. This is my phone number. No, you don't have to do that. Okay, you can say I'll be grateful to connect with you to discuss further on this. Don't get me mentioning like I want to speak on Zoom. I want to connect you on Teams. All those things. You don't have to do that. Okay, don't go and beg for money. That I'm from a poor home and I need scholarship to study abroad. You don't have to mention that. If you do that, straightforward rejection. It means poverty is forcing you to go to school. Okay, you don't have to do that. Okay, so that's why you write. And let me hear from you. Let me hear from you if you have ever sent an email to a professor and what was the response. Have you received a response from them? And let me know. Share this link to friends, comment, and let's see what you have sent me for. Let me know if any of you have. How many of you have ever sent email to a prof, and what was your response, or you plan of sending? Let me see, let me hear from you. Yeah, let me. So this person, so William, yeah. So medical laboratory scientist, good. So this is a nice program. You guys can do so many things. Let me know whether you have from bachelor, you've done masters, and what you're interested in, and let me know if you are. Yeah. So William, what do you want to study? Do you want to study in US, Canada? I think US will be good for you. If you do medical laboratory, you can study so many programs. Okay, a lot of programs can, because you guys do a kind of blend research, coursework. So you can move to, you can do cancer research. You can do biomedical engineering. You can also move to even chemistry. You can do chemistry, and then so many things. You can move to different field. Okay, there are a lot of programs. You can even do public health and major in different area and all those things. So the funding, but you may not see masters in medical laboratory. You may not see that. So you have to move to different field. All right. So based on your GPA, you can be able to choose a good program. So you can even do PhD directly if you have a good GPA. All right. And you can reach out to us. You can send an email to our WhatsApp number that is on our page. And if you want to speak to me, that'll be fine. So, yeah, let me talk about this finally before we go, and keep your comment and also share this session to friends. Let them know. Yes. So if you're watching me, share this link. So let me talk about one final thing that some of you need to know for your program. And now this year, if you are applying to public health program, public health last intake was difficult because the government's cancel a lot of funding for students. Okay, for most schools, they've lost funding. So if you are applying to public health, biomedical engineering, and some health areas, admission to those programs will be difficult this year. Okay, a lot of you will not get admission. So you have to know how to balance yourself, and you have to listen to news and know what is happening, because funding for next intake is going to be tough for program like public health, biomedical engineering, and some other health programs. So know how to balance your field and choose a good program. All right. So that's what we'll be talking about today. And yeah, let me see. Yeah, I have to show. Okay, I want your GPA. Can I also do love? That'll be challenging. That'll be challenging. Okay. That'll be challenging because you can't move to law directly in the US. You have to do some foundational. Law is not like a direct, but you are no. It will be challenging for you. Yeah, it will be challenging for you. I will not advise that because you don't have any from science to directly. The funding will be difficult for you. To get funding will be a challenge. All right. So you can speak to me that you can add me and ask questions later on. Okay. Yeah, thank you. So let me talk about the last field that you have to look at for funding when you are looking. So those of you from chemistry area, chemistry is one of the field that you want to consider for your study. Okay. If you're from chemistry, I would advise you to work hard on your application document because you guys have a lot of funding. Okay, so you have to work on your essay, your SOP. All right. Today we're going to be talking about SOP. We have done a lot of videos on that, and you can go to our YouTube page and watch some of our old videos on how to write a good SOP and good CV for your program. All right. Good SOP will make you to get funding. Bad SOP can give you admission with no funding because maybe your GPA is fine and you can get admission with no funding. So your SOP plus your GPA will make you to get funding. All right. So today we are not talking about SOP. We are talking about how to choose a program and how to email professors for your study. All right. So uh, if you are here today, I'm sure you have learned how to write email, program to choose from, and how to apply and how to choose program that can actually give you visa. Okay, be someone who think in a long term, not a short term. You can do a short term, get admission today, and come and later on be struggling. So always choose program that can help you to get good funding. That's why we choose our topic, that the best way to contact professor, and then also how to choose the program. Now let me talk about the last part of this. How do you choose a program? Some of you are finished school and you don't know what to study. Some students are confused on what to choose to study abroad. Okay, that is fair to be confused. It's good. It will make you to do research. Now, when you want to study and you want to divert to different field, you can go and look at your third year and fourth year. Okay, look at your third year and fourth year and look at some of your courses that you've done. Okay, if you have performed in those courses and it has some relation with what you want to go and study, always match your what you want to study and your coursework. Okay, if your coursework does not have any, they look at your coursework in your undergrad or master's level. If you apply for PhD, okay, if you apply for PhD, your bachelor plays some big role, because in the US, you can move with your bachelor to PhD level. So your bachelor also counts a lot. So if you have some program some coursework, some courses that you did in your undergrad, you can choose your PhD program based on your undergrad. It's acceptable. Okay. Maybe your master's and your bachelor are in the same field, and then you want to go and do your PhD, then that is good for you. So in that case, you can mention some of your undergrad and master's courses that you've done in your CV. Now, to choose a program, if you have done some coursework, you can choose some program based on your coursework. Okay, so let's assume that you are from economics and you've done a bit of statistics courses. Because you've done something like linear models, you've done something like regression and all those things, you can easily move to statistics because you have math background. Okay, if you apply for economics masters, getting funding can be difficult at the master's level. So what do you have to do as an economics student? You can move from economics to statistics, because I'm sure most of you have done linear models, some regressions, some real analysis, and some math background. So because of your quant level, you can easily move. So we know very soon, by February, some of you will be contacting me that, hey, I've applied to the US, I got admission with no funding. It's one of the story. That's why I'm using this platform to tell you how to choose your program. Okay. Now, some of you can have a good CV, good SOP, but your program choosing is a big problem for you. If you are in some program, funding will be difficult to get. That's why I tell you every day, choose your program based on the situation on the ground. On the ground means that your program choosing today will determine if you can get funding or not. So some of you cannot get funding because of your bachelor program. So what do you have to do? Divert to different field. If you want to divert and you don't have much experience in the new field, in your new program, go and do some online courses. Go and take some online courses online. Go to Coursera, go to UDS, go to Udemy, take some online courses that can give you some expertise in that field that you want to apply to. By doing that, they see you to be a serious student and you can get funding. Don't go and apply for MBA and apply and expect to get scholarship. No. It's difficult to get funding to do MBA. All right. a good student is somebody who listens to somebody who has passed through the process. Don't be the type of student who want to learn from your own experience. Okay, learn from people's experience. If you apply for MBA program, it's difficult to get full scholarship. You can get some discounts if you're not, even if you're from Ghana and they ask you to pay $10,000. If you're from a poor home, how can you pay? So we advise you how to navigate, how to choose the best program that can help you to get funding, at the same time can help you with your immigration. Okay, if you see somebody on Facebook sharing pictures of himself in abroad and the person does not have good visa pathway, the person is like you. Okay, so currently we have so many people who have chosen a wrong program and they come to the US, they finish school, they have no job, they cannot get a visa. Okay, so if you are listening and watching, it means that you are getting some knowledge that people didn't get before moving. Okay, so that's what we have for you today. If you have some questions, you can drop them and I'll be glad to respond to you. If you're watching on LinkedIn, watching on YouTube and Facebook, thank you for joining. And you can always drop your questions and we'll be able to respond to all of them and prepare you for your applications. Before you go, this Greener Educational Consult, if you are just joining us, we proofread your essays. Okay, if you are applying to study in the US, Canada, Australia, UK, Europe, China, any other places, and you are not sure of how to write good essay, we'll ask you to write what you have and we can able to edit for you. Okay, we can review your essay and position you to get funding. Okay, remember, good essay will help you to get funding. Bad essay can lead to rejection or admission with no funding. That's the common anthem. So don't be part of students who get admission with no funding. Be a student who want to work hard to get funding to study in abroad. Okay. We also work with your CV evaluation. We edit your CV, personalize it, make sure your CV is strong, that when they read it, it can be your mouthpiece. Your CV is your mouthpiece. It has to speak volume about yourself. Okay, so that's what we are doing, and we are making sure that you get a good CV. So you can go to our website, Greener Educational Consult, and check what we have, and you can be able to book it. Once you book our services, we will be glad to assist you with your CV, your essays, and the rest. Yes. So yes, Wisdom. So we yes, we also help with the application process as well. If you're applying, you don't know what to do, we can also apply for you as well. So we do school application as well. So in that case, we are going to help you with the entire process with admission and also admission and also visa process. So our students who use our services, once you get admission, we also help you with your visa application. Okay, we coach you, do more interviews, how to answer questions at the embassy, and all those things. Okay. Yeah. So let me see. Can I do the application without worst evaluation? Depending on your field. Okay, if you are in health areas and you want to do nursing, public health, and those programs is compulsory. You have to do evaluation. But if you are in different fields, some schools ask for evaluation in like computer science, accounting, so many programs, but not all schools. Some schools ask, some schools do not. But if you are in health field, you are in public health, nursing, lab, and some other program, most of the schools, not most, or most of the schools ask for evaluation. Now, if your GPA is not strong, if you are below 3.0, if you do evaluation, it will help to increase your GPA for you. So number one of the advantages, your GPA is a factor. What program you're applying to. So these two things will determine whether you should do evaluation or not. So if you fall into a student with low GPA, then you have to do evaluation. Okay, evaluation helps you a lot. Number two, It's based on your program that you're applying to. Okay, like I said, public health is compulsory. You have to do evaluation. Nursing program is compulsory. You have to do evaluation. Okay, so that's what it is. So based on your program, if your GPA is good, evaluation is not compulsory. Okay, if your GPA, no, let me be clear. If your GPA is good, you don't have to worry about evaluation too much. But some schools ask for it. Okay, but if it is not, your GPA is below 3.0, evaluation will be helpful to you. If you are applying to public health program, then it's a must you do evaluation. Okay, I hope I've answered it clearly. All right, so thanks for joining our session today, and thanks of those of you who joined from YouTube, and those of you joined from Facebook. We are grateful. And if you are coming to watch this later on, feel free to comment, and we'll be glad to respond to all your questions, and make sure that you present a very strong applications. Okay, remember, you are going to compete with students from all over the world. Okay, applying to the US is like playing a World Cup. Okay, every country wants to come, so you don't want to just go with your application fee and think you can get admission. Okay, admission is not just by a chance. You have to work towards it. Okay, that's for joining my session today.